I don't even know what we're doing.
Oh,
But I'm along for the ride, so it's cool.
all right. So we're gonna start the intro and then we'll go into it.
Respective Perspective, the Instagram live debate show. This is a show where four people from different walks of life come together to debate on topics that are popular, unpopular, relevant, and controversial. We're bringing it real and uncut while still respecting each other's perspectives. Now, meet your host.
Okay, welcome, my beautiful people. I'm excited to be back. We were off a week, but we are back now. And as you can see, we are five deep. We are five deep. You already know my name is King from the Royal Couch. I'm coming from a gay male perspective, but I do have conservative views. So my take is not normal take. So, Belita?
I'm Alita. I am a single female with a 22-year-old daughter, and my profession is a nurse.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm Sunshine. I am in transition from being married. I'm 43 and I currently work at a radio station. Oh, and I have two kids.
Hi, I'm Keish. I am 35. I am a hairstylist. I don't have no kids. I am single. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, I'm Industry Standard, aka Indy. Also, I go by Dr. Ajayi because I'm an artist, but I'm also a board certified psychiatrist. I am straight. I am engaged to a female. We get married in June, actually, and no kids.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
Okay, guys. So I do have a running topic that's going to be coming on. It's going to be a series of videos that we watch that correlate with each other. But our first icebreaker is going to be completely different from the flow of today's video. So I'm going to start to play it now. Please pay attention, and then we're going to debate.
Pick out dialects and sometimes try to associate them with what race they might be. I wish I could just completely just ignore it, but I can't help it. If I'm walking down the street and I hear a couple of people and they're like aggressively talking to each other and it's slang and vulgar speech and it's not eloquent, I naturally sometimes think, oh, those people might be black because of their accent. I shouldn't think like that, but there are natural stereotypes out there in the world.
I need this motherfucker's address. I need this motherfucker's address. I'm going to go see him this weekend. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Okay. So a lot was said there. So he's obviously blind, right? He's obviously, not of, our coloredness. He said a lot. He said when he's walking down and he hears aggressive tones, and when people are speaking, he can kind of associate that with black people, right? Because we all know stereotypes. We all know how we talk. We all know our diction and things. Tell me your perspective. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me get. Let's start with Keish.
Me? Okay. Also, I have a podcast called the Ladies Room Podcast as well. I forgot to mention about the Ladies Room Podcast. My perspective on it, I was actually gathering my notes in my head as you were saying, as I was thinking about this. And for me, I can say that when that's almost like saying when I close my eyes and hear certain people talk, I can say like, oh, this person sounds this or this is that. For me, I feel like he was raised in a racist household anyway. for him to even think that way because you can't see. So the only thing you can do is just hear what is going on around you anyway. And so I feel like it's like his household, he was raised in a household where the white people did not like blacks. But because he can't see it, he can only hear what they're saying. He's telling you how his people has raised him. So I really think it's bad. I think it's kind of like, but in a sense, hey, he may have a point, but I do think that it was very racist of him, and it's just showing how he was raised for me.
Okay, Sunshine.
Okay, so my brain says I agree to disagree, but only because the turn of phrase makes sense for what I'm about to say, right? So I want to first agree with you. There are definitely racist undertones in what this person is saying. And in the stage of AI, when I watched the video the first time, just looking at his eyes, I don't know why, but I feel like he ain't blind like Stevie Wonder blind. Like,
okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So I just want to say that. But I do want to say this. Some of what he is saying is not necessarily wrong. I mean, in a sense of when you call a customer service line or whatever, right? Sometimes the tone of the person, the vernacular, the way how they speak to you, you could tell it's spam on the phone. I don't want to necessarily lead into the whole if it's aggressive or, if it's what did he say? He didn't say uneducated. Did he say not articulate? Something he said it was coded. It was a dog. My ear heard it. It was a dog wwhistle, right?
Was it like was it unhinged? Was it unhinged or?
It was something he said, but it definitely was like up. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole, I can't always tell you what racism is, but when I hear it, I know it.
Yes.
It was giving that. So I think from who it was coming from, it definitely comes off different. If you or I were having a conversation and I was just like, I know these are people, my eyes is closed and I can tell you are people when we on the train, we wouldn't see it the same. So I definitely think, like I said, it's a case of I agree to disagree.
Industry?
I feel like you got to pick a struggle. You can't be blind and racist. And that's just my thoughts on things. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be out here wilding out on both ends. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he sounds ignorant as hell, and I want him to go find a place to shut the hell up because you're basing all this from a limited, myopic view of people. You're listening to English speakers. I'm from Nigeria. If I dropped his blind ass in Nigeria, he wouldn't be able to tell black from anything because he doesn't know how to speak our language. He doesn't understand the inflections in our voices. He only knows one tiny perspective, and he sounds foolish. Can you tell me a black man in China who speaks perfect Mandarin, can you tell me you can tell him from a Chinese person that's not black that speaks Mandarin? Or are you just saying you can tell an African American person? And if that's the case, then we have another conversation to be talking about.
I mean, I'm not mad at that.
And then wait, let's also add the perspective of what about the Caucasian people that cosplay black?
Like Alabama Barker or whatever her name is.
Or the Asian girl, what's her name? Aquafina?
Oh, yeah.
What? What is this? What is this? What?
She's blacker than your sister, bro. She's blacker than your sister.
So you can't, you know what I mean? Or, not to be funny or anything. No, I am being funny. As soon as a white man decides that he's gay, all of a sudden girl, let me tell you about how everything is type of gay. Like, all of a sudden he's a stereotypical from the hood black girl, and he gotta pop his fingers and talk with his neck and stuff. So I think because of, okay, he's blind, he's not deaf, right? So I think because of the stereotypes that people put on TV, the stereotypes that you hear in the music, the stereotypes and the tropes that, you know, you get, that you're fed, he is hearing stereotypical black people. But we've got emo black people, we've got country black people. Like, would he say that if he heard Shabuzi?
No.
Melita,
Because Shabuzi sound like somebody who's probably going to get in a pickup truck and, you know, be mad that you took his dog, not his girl.
let me get Melita's standpoint.
I miss Cash response, but I do agree with Industry and Sunshine. I mean, part of that is, like you said, I pick up the phone and call somebody I know is homegirl in the background, right? But I do have a technical question, because I guess my question is, has he been blind all of his life? Because if you've been blind all of your life, then how do you, I mean, I know you know that you're a Caucasian person because somebody told you, but how do you just say, okay, I know that's an African-American person, unless somebody's telling you, hey, this is an African-American person and this is how they sound. You know what I mean? This is a Caucasian person and this is how they sound.
Y'all remember Dave
That's what I had
Chappelle?
said.
That's what you said, Cash?
Yes, that was
Yeah,
my response. Was like, you're being taught this. It's already because
right.
You didn't
It's
see it.
you're
You're hearing it.
right.
Y'all
And that goes
remember-
for a lot of things.
Y'all remember that Dave Chappelle skit where he was a black man, but he was blind and he was at the KKK rallies? Y'all don't remember that Dave Chappelle skit? Georgie,
No.
look that up for me so I can think of his name. It's a Dave Chappelle skit where it's a black man, but he blind, but he's like, I hate all this, you know, he's racist as hell.
Oh, yeah,
That's exactly what it's get like. It's the same thing. You get fed what you get fed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly.
If I can-
Is so when I first watched it, I was like, okay, that makes sense, right? You know, because you like Sunshine stated, you know, there are certain stereotypes where I know my people, right? I know when I'm hearing my people, right? But you know, Indy has a point too where, you know, he is only talking about Western society, right? He's only talking about a certain group of quote unquote black people. That, you know what I mean? And then even within that group, that's even a smaller group, right? Because then you're talking about the ones that are in the hood or whatever is the demographic that you're referring to, whatever case it be. So it's a very small percentage of people he's talking about. One question is, where did he grow up? Right? Just because he's white and acts like that doesn't mean that he didn't grow up around black people. Two, you know what I mean? What kind of a household he grew up in. But I'm not gonna lie, when I first initially, you know, listened to it without critical thinking, I thought he was valid. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, no, I mean, when I initially listened to it, I'm like, because I can hear, and I guess I use my own bias with it as far as I know my people when I hear it, right?
Yeah.
And I guess it will be the same difference as me calling someone, right? Calling the local Chinese place and thinking that they're Chinese because of how they sound, when they can be Korean or they can be this or they could be that, all Asian descent. So, you know, I feel like we all do it in a certain way. We all use stereotypes. We all compare and say, I just think that we're a little bit more hard on it because of Black culture is a little bit more hard on it because of its history in this country. You know what I mean? So when a white person is coming out saying, well, I feel this or that, regardless of what it is about, you know, people's eyebrows get raised like, let be careful how you talk, you know, you know what I mean? Even when they advocate, right? Even when people are advocating, they're like, you know, we look at it and be like, you know, making sure that it's well intent and all of this stuff like that. So, I mean, do I understand? I kind of do.
Mhm.
If you critically think it is underlying racist. Do I think he's racist out loud? Maybe not.
Right.
But I do feel like there's a lot of undertone in whiteness.
Mm-mm.
So you say you don't think he's racist out loud?
I don't think he's walking around calling people N-words, right? I don't think that he thinks.
I think you do. I think you do. I think you do.
Definitely
I
at home.
100% think he
Oh,
does that.
definitely at
I
home.
think you do. I think
Yeah.
you do. He's walking
Yeah.
around calling people N-words. Those fucking niggers. He's saying those words.
Well,
What?
Because King, from what you're saying, you're making it sound like he was vague about the intention behind his words, but he wasn't vague. He didn't choose to say, "Oh yeah, when I'm walking by a cookout, I can tell if it's black folks or white folks based on how loud they are, or how happy they sound, or how much music they're playing." He was saying, "When I hear impolite words being used, when it sounds aggressive," he's using emotionally, racially charged words to describe black people, and he's not leaving any room for the fact that those are not all the black people you can hear as a blind motherfucker.
Is it a lie? Though
Excuse me?
It's probably most racially motivated from his perspective, but generally speaking, coming
Okay,
from
all right.
a group that
Some stereotypes have truth to them. We're not
That's
going to
all
act
I'm
like they.
saying. That's all
We're
I'm
not going
saying.
to act like they don't. However, for him to say principally, the way he can distinguish between blacks and whites is if they are using aggressive language and aggressive tones. That's nonsense. Get out
I
of
mean,
here.
So I have a question.
Hold on, go ahead.
Would it?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Would it be different if you knew where he was from? Like
No.
if he was saying that and he was from the heart of Atlanta and he grew up in Atlanta, compared to if he said that and he grew up in Utah. Like if he said that and he grew up in Utah, there's no black people in Utah, and they're probably not going to give off that type of.
It does matter, but I'm going to answer the question. Go ahead. I mean, I think that does matter. I do think that does matter. But
No, I don't think that matters. Does it matter that
At all.
Beyonce is from Houston and Whitney Houston is from
Jersey. No, she's from
Does that matter?
Jersey.
That does not matter.
Your
They're both
perspective is
stars. They're both
different.
stars. They both got
Your
Grammys. They both did all these amazing things. That does not matter. That does not matter. So to just say that matters. That does no. That's like putting a band-aid on a star that's already a star. He knew what he was doing. He know what he's doing. It does not matter where you're from.
Keys,
I
hold
mean,
on.
the unpopular opinion. I probably always have the unpopular opinion, is that he's right. Is just who it's coming from.
Right.
Because if I were to say the same thing, I can stereotype our black people and say, hey, I already know I can keep my eyes closed. I could walk outside and have my eyes closed and walk through the mall or in the street, and I'm like, oh, that's the black person. They are aggressive. I mean, and unfortunately, it does work like that. Unfortunately, at times, a lot of us, Metro Atlanta area, we are aggressive. We do speak like this. It's what happens, and unfortunately, that's just what it is. I know there are the educated black people in America, Utah, New Jersey, wherever, but when it's all said and done, the stereotype is what it is. Just like if I say, oh, every time I hear, hey, y'all, it's the white person from Alabama. You know what I mean? Is that me being racist? I'm not racist, but it is you from Alabama.
Is it you being racist, or is it more likely that you understand different cultures and different areas, and so that you're more well versed in where somebody might be and why they might be like that? Because I think that's going back to what I was saying.
Not because he's white.
Say it again.
So she is well versed in cultures because she states that, but he's not because he's white.
No, where I was gonna go with it was like, if she knew the difference between a Creole accent and like a Southern Alabama accent, and she didn't lump them together just and say they're ghetto, they are different people with different vernaculars. If he is taking it and he's just saying all Black people sound like this, then yes, it becomes a racist thing compared to it being somebody who understands diversity and knows that different people are going to sound different.
When we're stereotyping, we don't classify particular. When we say, oh, she's Asian, she can't drive, we don't say, oh, she's a particular type of Asian and she can't drive. We just say Asian, and Asian classifies a lot of different types of communities inside that American community. So I'm saying, like, is it wrong because she's doing it because he's white? And to I will let you talk, Indy. And to his point, it does matter where you're from, right? Because look at here, right? There's a lot of people that come here from New York, right? And people say New York's they're the way they think. Oh, I know in New York when I hear one, right? What's the difference? That's different places, different ways cultures, different ways we talk, different expressions, different ways we live, to why we are the way that we are, whatever case it be. I'm not denying that. All I'm saying is it solely, my question is it solely based on because he's white that is a problem? Indeed.
I say yes, it is based on that. It's because he's white that he said it. Now, if it had came, like my girlfriend said earlier, if it had came from a Black person, because we could use those different colloquialisms and talk that way because we are Black and it's okay. But when it comes from a race outside of the culture, we get offended and it's offensive to us, especially when it comes from a white person. We know the history behind that and all that, and whoop de whoop whoop. Hey, and I feel like it was it was nasty that it came from him, and I didn't like it. But if it had came from a Black person, maybe it would have been a little more like, "Child, yeah, I can see what you're saying, yeah." And then it would have came something like, "Well, I don't go certain stores when da 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 or this da 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 like that," But because it came from him, it was yeah.
Indy,
Do you think? But do you? Oh, go ahead.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, so
No, man.
it's not racist because he's white. It's racist because he has classified a group of people based on their skin color, and he's saying negative things about them. It's not the same as you saying, well, all New Yorkers, they talk rough and they talk aggressive, because in New York, I'm now throwing in all ethnicities. I'm not saying Black New Yorkers or Italian New Yorkers. This guy is racist because he chose to single out Black people, and he's not saying favorable, nice things about them. That's number one.
Listen to it because I want to remember exactly what he said.
Yeah, okay, fine, no problem. Number two is we don't like
dialects and sometimes try to associate them with what race they might be.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying, this is my last point on it. We don't like it when the call comes from inside our house either, Kesh. We remember when what's his name? Bill Cosby gave that speech about Black people. We canceled him after that. Remember when Dave Chappelle gave a speech about Black people? We canceled him after that. We don't want to be called out. Leave Black people alone.
Why though? Why? Why can't we be called out?
And you can play your clip, because leave Black folks alone. We don't need to be called, because we're not calling anybody else out.
I don't understand.
Because we're not calling anyone else out. We're not calling. Who else are we calling out? Do white people do this?
I think everyone is getting called out. We just hear it different because it hits us home, right? So we don't pay attention to next door's death. We don't pay attention to the bombing in Boston. We don't pay attention to all, because it don't hit us. We will hit us if there was a bombing in Atlanta. We're gonna feel it different, right? We're gonna be more affected by it. So why can't we be called out because of our insecurities and our past traumas? But hold on, because I want to hear what you said. Hold on.
We got dialects and sometimes try to associate them with what race they might be. I wish I could just completely ignore it, but I can't help it. If I'm walking down the street and I hear a couple of people and they're like aggressively talking to each other, and it's slang and vulgar speech and it's not eloquent, I naturally sometimes think, oh, those people might be Black because of their accent. I shouldn't think like that, but there are natural stereotypes out there in the world.
I wish you wouldn't have played that shit. Because now I got more shit to say. Go ahead.
I want to.
I mean, I think the fact that he said
Go ahead, Belita.
it's not eloquent, but I feel that us as African Americans, I do think that we stereotype everyone, right? We like King said, we see and we go to the nail place and we say, oh, the Koreans are doing my nails. Well, no, it's not Korean, it's Vietnamese. And I grew up on a military base, so I've been around everyone. I mean, just quite honestly, and that's offensive to those people. You call a Japanese person Chinese, right? That's offensive to them. And I just think that this is probably gonna get mad. I feel like we are always playing the victim when we're doing the same thing that everyone else is doing, right? And so when someone else does it, they're racist. When we do it, it's but you got to understand where I'm coming from, right? But we're doing the exact same thing.
Melita, no, Melita. Listen, there are two standards of operations going on. They make us feel obligated to know their nationalities when they get to just call us all by our color, black. They don't have to sit around asking, is Kesh Caribbean? Am I from Africa? Is Sunshine from Gambia? Like, they get to just call us black. But when it comes to them, we have to know, are you Hmong, Vietnamese, Chinese, Korean? I got to do the song and dance every time I talk to them. It's not really fair.
Well, we call each other black.
I have a question. I know we don't have any more of the clip, but would it change your mind if you heard him say how he categorizes other people? Like if he heard another demographic talking and he said, okay, well, when I hear these people talking, if they're talking like this, then I automatically know that they're Asian.
But he didn't because they always want to pick on black folks. And that's what I'm saying.
No,
leave black people alone.
Whoever chopped it up only chopped it up and only posted that part. As somebody who works in radio and works in media, let's say he might have been talking about for 20 minutes about different folks, and they only chopped it up for that part because it was the clickbait.
But because we don't have that footage, we can only go off what we have and what we have.
Right, but that's what I'm asking. If you had that footage, would it change your mind?
I can't go behind that door. I just know what he said.
My thing is this. He was cautious in how he delivered it, right? He paused.
No, he was not cautious. What do you mean? Oh my God.
He did say sometimes. He did say sometimes it may be wrong.
He was cautious in how he presented himself. He paused before he said it, and he also said.
Oh my God.
He also said he did not say all black people.
What video did you watch? What video did you see?
All black people. He did not say. I'm gonna have to mute you. I gotta talk. We gotta talk. He didn't say all black people. He did say some black people. He did say sometimes, I feel, and he did say that we do all play to some stereotypes, which is all true. All of those things it's all true.
Can I say what?
Every time I walk back, he did say that they're using slang and a certain type of vernacular. With what else? He said something else.
Can I remind us what he said? I remember vividly what he said. Here's what he said. He said, when I walk by and I hear slang, vulgar, not eloquent terminologies being used, I sometimes. He was contradicting himself the whole fucking time.
We all do. Do we not use vulgar? When I pass by guys on the street and stuff, and I hear them talking, you think they're saying, "Well, good day, sir. I hope you have." No,
You're black. You're black. You're black. Have you forgot about the skin color that you are?
That's what you hear. That's exactly what you hear.
But you're black, so it's a little. It's you're black. This is a white man saying this.
That's ignorant to say that.
That's not ignorant.
Could call out or say something because
I'm down.
You use that knowledge, I don't believe in that, because with that logic, to me, that means if you don't associate with anything, you can't talk about it. I'm not a parent, I can't talk about it. If I'm not a girl, I can't talk about women rights and stuff like that. If I'm not this, I can't talk about that. If you're not gay, you can't be pro gay. If
Okay,
you're not
King,
black, you
King,
can't
King,
be
King,
pro
King,
black.
King. Let
That's
me ask you a
crazy.
question. King, let me ask you a question. Did that man define what he meant when he said vulgar? Because what if he
No,
hears two
it was
black
a
people?
3-second
Because
clip,
what if
so he
he?
could have.
Because what if
Could
he's just
have.
listening? Because what if he's listening to two black men say the N word to each other? For us, that may be a term of endearment, but he's listening, ear hustling on a black to black person conversation and calling it vulgar.
But because it is vulgar, no matter
His
what we
inability
want to
to
call it, it's
understand the
vulgar.
culture.
You know what I tell people when people make me laugh and stuff? I'm like, ha, 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 I hate you. Hate is a negative terminology. I'm not using it in hate, but that doesn't change the definition of hate. That doesn't change it. Just because we use it different doesn't change the definition of what it is. Me calling Sunshine, hey bitch, that doesn't change the definition of bitch because of the way I'm using it. She can still catch offense to it if she chooses to. Because just because
What
I
the?
use it differently, don't mean that she's not taking the offense to the word, because the word of it is still the definition.
So the question you're asking is, can a white person be offended by two black people using the N word?
No, the question is,
I
the
think
key
so.
question is can a white person deem something derogatory or vulgar that two black people deem endearing? Yes, they can. But let's go to the next topic. That was a little longer than I expected, but I like it. I like it. I like it.
Sit
Next
his
topic.
blind ass down somewhere.
From these stereotypes that have been created, men are angry with women. And I mean angry. Like, you know, because they say that women are the emotional ones. That's the other stereotype, because, baby, men are the most emotional creatures out here. So when they become angry or sad by a stereotype that is being screwed into the world, then now they can't have successful relationships because they can't hear us, because they're so angry with what experiences that they had that didn't go the way that they wanted. And you know something else?
So there's a lot of thing on the internet. I watch a lot of podcasts and stuff, and there's a lot of thing where they're stating that men are hating women, especially black women. That there's just like a phenomenon of men just not associating themselves with women. They're treating women like sex, slaves, and they just want to have sex with them and not wife them up, not do this, not do that. They treat them badly. There's another side of it where all women are calling men dogs and fuck boys, or you either a fuck boy or too sassy, you know what I mean? So there's just this war on men and women, and a lot of people put the blame towards men and say that it's men and men. So I want your perspective on this. And I'm glad we do have a straight man on the panel, because I want to know his perspective overall on the topic itself, but just on the general synopsis of men hating women. Let me go with Melita.
Unpopular opinion again. Part of I do agree with part of that. I do agree that men are emotional. Do men hate women and just want to have sex with them? I feel that could come from some childhood trauma, because as we learned from black men period, that there's a lot that has gone on in the household back in the days that nobody ever knew about, and there's the trauma that lies with that. So if you don't like black women, a babysitter may have done something to you when you were 8 years old. You never know what's going on, and that's the trauma part. That's the issue. Gosh, I forgot what I was about to say. But with men treating women like sex slaves or just using them and doing all of that, I feel like women have a part in that too, because a man is only going to do what you allow them to do to you. So, I mean, we can't say, oh, he's treating me so bad and you allow him to treat you like that. So that was my.
Indy?
We need to start looking at who's funding these messages that they putting out on us, because this reminds me a lot of slavery and how they pitted us against each other as African American men and women in order to keep us from, collaborating and cooperating with each other. This idea that Black men hate Black women, who started that?
Right.
Who started that idea? Where did that come from? Who's benefiting from that? Who's benefiting from the dollars behind making us feel like we don't like each other? This is the kind of stuff that I think of as a psychiatrist. The first thing I think of is who's funding the message and what is the purpose and the intent behind the messaging, and why are we so easily fooled with the podcast warriors? It's too much. In my real life, I don't see Black men hating Black women. I don't see that in my friendship circle. I don't know if you guys do see it in yours. I don't see it. It's an online thing that doesn't exist in real life to me.
I love that perspective. I think a lot of people forget that perspective of what you're saying, that is an online thing and that's not in real life, because we have considered online to be real life nowadays, right? And it's nothing but a facade. So I love that message that you say. Sunshine?
So I will say this. Unpopular opinion. I love that about her. One thing that she did say that I absolutely agree with is that men are emotional. But my caveat to that is men are human. And I think somewhere, in some kind of way, we've put men on a pedestal to say that they are above certain human emotions and that they're better than, or that they don't have them. And a lot of things that we deal with in relationships are because of this thing of men don't have emotions, or men are just completely logical and so they're not emotional. But we see them in relationships be emotional. Case in point, it's coming up. I don't know if you guys know this, but statistically, domestic violence cases rise after the Super Bowl. Why? Because men are emotional that their team lost and they take it out on their woman. But men are not emotional. You weren't even in the game, sir.
Right.
You weren't even on the field. But your girl is going to get her ass beat because your team did not run the ball through the hoop or whatever.
And that's why y'all get your ass beat, because y'all don't know sports.
We did not run the ball.
It's a feel good.
It's the end zone, baby. The end zone, baby.
Foosball, baby. No, but
That is not true.
But saying that to say, I think if anything that we need to get beyond is we need to get beyond this idea that whether you are a man or a woman or whatever you identify as, that you are somehow above your cardinal emotions: fear, anger, hate, love. These are emotions that everyone has. It doesn't matter whether you are a man or a woman. And I think a lot of people think that, or feel as though if you are one sex, you only have one set of emotions. And if you're the other sex, you only have the opposite set of emotions. And it's not true. So again, this goes back even to the first conversation we have. It's the perspective that society has put upon it. It's where you're from and how you've looked at it. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't well into my 30s that I know that men had emotions. your feelings can get hurt. I didn't know I could hurt your feelings, but I was very good at it. You know
That's
what I
real,
mean?
though. That's real. That's real. That's real.
So,
Keish.
For me, it is a thing of, because for me, I look at it as it's being said that men should not be able to show their emotions. It's put in this perspective that do not have emotions. Like if you do share your emotions, it's a thing of, oh, he's weak, or oh this, or oh that. And one thing I don't like is because if we look at what history says and what history has done, we have been put in, men especially has been put in this thing where you should not show emotions. If you show emotions, you're weak, or if you cry, could be gay, or if you act this way, you're going to be considered this, or a man is never supposed to cry, or a man is never supposed to have emotions, because the way the society has molded a man. Are men more emotional? I think men are more emotional than women, because a woman can be emotional, but she can still think logically. A man can be so emotional that he think irrationally, then come back to his emotions and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. And I just feel like like Sunshine said earlier, it wasn't until I started reading books that I understood that it's okay as a man to show your emotions. It's okay to be in your feelings. It's okay to, you know, feel these certain things, not stay in them, but express those feelings, because it's okay to do that as a man. That's my take on it. Do I agree with her message? Certain parts, but I don't like the way that she in that message. I don't like the undertone or what has been trying to be said about men and about us. But I can see what she was saying. I can get it.
I don't agree with her message, but I do concur with the message as far as understanding why she feels that way. To Indy's point, but then a little bit further, I think a lot of people get caught up in the internet world, but it does end up spilling to the real world, right? We do end up watching these podcasts, we do end up doing these things, and then we do bring it to the real world, bring it to your real life perspective, bring it to your relationship, bring it to whatever. And I think that what happened, and an unpopular opinion probably, is that I keep saying this, there's a large percentage of women chasing a small percentage of men, right? There's a climate where a lot of women want their bills paid. I mean, before you even sit on before you even go to the dinner, they need to know if you make six figures. They need to know what you can do for them. All of these things, and I feel like that created a climate of giving men a whole lot of options, which then in turn, quote unquote, makes them fuck boys, makes them want to just have sex with you, makes them not want to do anything, which then in turns lets these women come back to their friends and say, well, he ain't shit because he just wants to have sex with everybody. He ain't shit because he just keeps cheating on me. Well, let me tell you something. If everyone wants a six-figure guy, then the six-figure guy that you have, because there's not a lot of them, so the six-figure guy you have or you're chasing, just imagine how many other women are chasing that same guy. And when you have options, it's like going to Baskin Robbins or something. You just don't know. You feel me? And I'm going to try this. Let me get a sample of that. Let me get a sample of that. Let me get a sample of that, versus going to a place that only has 3 items and you just choose what you choose. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the internet has caused a detriment on relationships. It changes our perspective on what's reality. I feel like it changed, it made us want the facade of things and not the reality of things. To be honest with you, the average American is not successful. The average American don't even got, a couple $1,000s in their bank account on the savings. That's statistically, you feel me? It's not a lot of Americans that are doing it, especially in today's climate. So if you're looking at statistics, the men that you're choosing is less. It's very, 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 very small.
I have a question. Where are you getting these statistics from?
Go. I mean, You think America's rich right now? You think the average statistic American is able? We're complaining about eggs and inflation. It's because we can't afford. We need two households we need two incomes in a household just to sustain households nowadays. That's a fact. That's a fact. The average American is not doing well.
Anybody chat GPT?
I am definitely chat GBT.
Go ahead and tell us.
I am definitely chat GBT.
Tell us what
I knew you were.
I am definitely chat GBT.
Average American income.
So when you say average American, are you talking about Black American, white American? We just saying American.
Everybody's American that lives in America.
That's got to be a difference, though, because Black people have been disproportionately behind the 8 ball our whole existence. Our income is almost Caucasian people's income is almost 3 to 1 to an annual household income in Black communities. So
I'm not talking about racially infused income policies or whatever case. What I'm talking about is why there's a hate between men and women as far as because I feel like because there's a large percentage of women chasing a small percentage of men.
You're talking about 6 figures. Yeah, not many people in the United States are hitting the 6-figure market. I mean, we're in Atlanta, so
it's different.
Yeah, it's different. So when you're talking about the United States as a whole, that's not what's going on in the United States. Atlanta is a richer community, but you have to think about Savannah, Richmond Hill.
So if we're talking about the average Black or the chat,
I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
I thought it was just me.
No, it's breaking up.
For me too.
Well, maybe I'm gonna just drop the I'm gonna drop my.
Oh no, you're back. You're back. You're back.
You now.
You're back. You're back.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, okay, according to ChatGPT, hey, I asked what is the average salary of a Black American in Atlanta. I guess I shouldn't have said Atlanta, but I just asked what it said, and it said that the average household income is $88,000. Roughly 24.9% of the Black household makes at least roughly $100,000 or more, and 48% are homeowners. Our study highlights that some areas in this country where Black Americans are doing financially well. That's just what I said.
Well, that's shared.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta.
That's couples together.
Right.
I'm just saying Atlanta. I'm just saying
that statistic you said is shared households. So that means that there's multiple.
It didn't say shared households. It never said shared.
You said shared household.
I never said shared households. It said that the median household income of a Black American in Metro Atlanta, Black residents, is $58,000, and roughly 24.9% of a Black household.
88,000. I heard 88,000. I thought you said 88. My bad. So it's 58,000.
I thought you said 88,000. I thought you said 88 too. Sorry.
I heard 88. So it's 58,000.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, because the median household income all across America is 51,000.
It's about 50. Yeah.
It's 51.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and then it says roughly 24.9 of Black households or more, 49.8 are home. In some areas in this country, Black Americans are doing financially.
I can't hear him, but what I googled, I ChatGPT. There's 2.3 million Black people in Atlanta, and 220,000 have an income of 100,000 or more.
Okay.
right? So let's take that statistic and say that there's 24 to 25% of Black men that are making 100,000 or more. So you have 24% out of 2 million people, whatever case may be. So you have to say, all I'm saying is that the ratio to what we chase in today's society is really materialistic and really unrealistic to what we actually get. And a lot of people want somebody, a lot of women want a man that can pay all the bills, but society says sometimes you have to pay a couple, you have to pay because jobs are not paying like how they used to, whatever case may be. Just different things like that. Some men could afford paying everything, some men can't. That doesn't make you a bad man though. And those men get overlooked. Those men that have a regular 9 to 5 that are making $40,000 a year, $45,000. A lot of these men are getting overlooked.
So I have a question.
I'm sorry. As a heterosexual woman in the group, I just want to add, it's not just because of their income. It's also because of their fucked up ass attitudes.
Yeah, but most men, let's see the statistic of.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say something. Okay. Since the beginning of time, since like literally when men used to get on a boat and go on voyages, like the Odyssey, or go trekking through the deserts in biblical times and not come back for 7 years, since the beginning of time, men have always been providers. Women have always stayed home, had children, taking care of the home, while men are hunters, gatherers, travelers, explorers, correct? So for men and women to have this discourse today as if it's wrong for a woman to say, I don't want a man who can't provide, that's insanity, because that's literally what women have always wanted. That's what men have always done. Even if these men were gone for 9 months of every year and they're sleeping with other men on the boat and then they come back to their wives at the end of the year, none of that has changed. Gay, straight, bi, whatever, and none of it has changed. Women have always wanted a man who can provide all their needs while they focus on childbearing and other things. So this idea that it's a new concept and that all women want is for a man to take them to dinner and pay some bills. Yes, because that's a man's function. That's always been his function.
That's only half the story though, because these men that want that, always come with the attitude, always come with the problem that men have is that they're not coming home to peace. The problem that a lot of men have is that, and we can't be biased to our own relationships, right? Because you may come home, I know you and the type of person you are, and you come home to peace and things of that nature. You are a provider and stuff, but that's only half the story. And not every couple is a couple as successful as yours, right? Every couple is not a couple that understands all of that. Not every man is a successful business owner. Not every man can provide like they would choose to or want. It's the want now. It's not just providing, it's excessive providing now, right? It's not just paying my bills, it's getting me the $5,000 bag, it's flying me out here, it's doing all of these unnecessary things just to qualify to even be considered.
Yeah. Take it from this African here. Every wife wants the biggest cow. She doesn't want the smallest cow. She wants the biggest cow. Every wife wants the nicest goat. Every wife wants the nicest jewelry.
These women don't want to cook. A lot of these women don't cook. A lot of these women are not doing their wifely duties. Let's be real. You make that face. Let's be real. Let's be real. You are on the internet just like I am, Sunshine. You've talked about it on your show. We've talked about it. We know what I'm not saying every woman. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying Melita. I'm not saying Indy is these type of people. But what I'm saying is this is what the stereotype is today. This is the climate that society is building. This is the culture. Let's act like it's not. Let's not act like it's not.
I'm surrounded by women all the time. my friends, and my girls' friends. All of them cook. All of them want to take care of a man. All of them want a nice, stable home where they see their man every night and they have a successful something between them, business, love, whatever. I don't know these women you're talking about. And that's what I keep saying. Who is funding the messaging? Go ahead, Sunshine.
I think somewhere.
You're muted, though.
No, I'm not. Oh,
I hear you.
you hear me? Okay.
I don't hear her, but okay.
I think somewhere we've lost the message, or for some men, they're not hearing what a lot of women are trying to articulate right now. And what we have been trying to articulate of late is that protecting and providing, yes, that is a baseline of what we want from you. But we also want you to be present. We also want you to have personality. We also want you to be compassionate. We also want you to be caring. We want you to be interested. We want you to ask questions about us and see us as a individual and not a commodity. I recently posted something where I said that wanting servitude without companionship is slavery. And in a lot of relationships, men see a woman as servitude. And you've even said it. Women don't cook, don't clean, don't want to do anything except want. But I am not your servant to take care of your needs. Wait, let me finish. I am not your servant to take care of your basic human functioning needs. As an adult, if you can't feed yourself, women don't cook no more. You are grown. Do you eat every day? You cook every day. Have you thought how inclusive it is to want a person to need to feed you 3 times a day for 365 days a year?
I can't get that if I'm providing and protecting and bringing all of that. Like, I can't get that. Why?
You absolutely can. If you ask me how my day is, you absolutely can. If you can remember my birthday, you absolutely can. If you can look at me as a human individual and not as somebody to just take care of you.
Why is it that this is the problem, that there's this narrative that men are not doing these things? There's this
it's not a narrative. Look at the divorce rate. It's not a narrative. Women are literally leaving their husbands because they are saying that even though that you are protecting and providing, you're not giving me these other things that are very essential for my growth. And guess what? Because I go to work, I can provide for myself. Because I can own a big ass dog and a gun, I can protect myself.
What I hear this all the time is, oh, I'm perfect. I deserve this.
I never said that.
I don't do this. I don't do that. I don't do this. It's always you. That's what all these.
I think you've been listening to the same podcast that these other men have been listening to.
You right now. You're telling me that it's not the woman, it's the guy. You're telling me that all men only protect and provide. Don't listen, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this with this thing. When I state the opposite of a woman, it's not saying that men are not fuckboys out here, but what I'm saying is it's an equal balance of we have to, the only way that we're going to, just like the white and black thing we said earlier, the only way that this is going to change if both parties take accountability. If both parties, if we're going to initiate gender roles, oh, men are supposed to do this and supposed to do this, but the only way I'm going to do my gender role is if you do this, is if we both congruently come into it playing our roles, right? If we both come into it at 100, right? I don't expect you, I can cook for myself, but it would be nice if I'm coming home and the meal is cooked, if it is protected and provided. If I am coming home loving on you, if I am coming home to all this stuff, why can't I have a cooked meal if you're
But if you don't,
all day?
It's not if you do. The question is if you don't. The question is if you haven't been. The question, no. The question is
to bickering? What if I'm coming home to all of these things? My girl want to be out for girls' night all the time. My girls want to do this. My girl want to do that. And I stay, hey, well, it's not just one-sided the way we make it always seem. It's always men. Men do this, men do that, men do this. You just stated earlier that we put men on a pedestal that they should act a certain way, be a certain way, have no emotion, have no thing. But yet then we state stuff like this to say, well, you're supposed to do this and you have to do it this way, because if not, you're not a man. You're not a protector or provider, because we've been protecting and providing since the beginning of day. So if you're not doing that, and a girl, it's the logic don't go across the board.
Can I ask you a question? In today's society, right now, how do men protect women if it's not from another man?
Regardless of what?
It's just a very simple question, because on the baseline, y'all are protectors and providers. Wait, no. You've already said you don't want to give us Birkin bags.
Right? You asked me a question, I have to answer it.
Okay, go ahead.
Right?
I was qualifying it because you asked me a qualifying question. I was trying to qualify it, but go ahead.
Protecting doesn't necessarily only mean fighting, right? Doesn't only need protecting is feeling safe, right? Feeling safe around somebody.
From what?
From anything that can be. Women don't rape, women don't kill, women don't do anything violent. They don't.
To each other? No. Statistically, no. Women need protection from other men, not from women. I have never gone out to the club and worried about a woman trying to rape me. Ever.
And most often they need protection from the man that's in the house.
Yes, it's never, what?
The Super Bowl is coming up. Somebody's going to get their head knocked between the washing machine and the dryer because the Saints lost.
Evil is what's the problem. That's the issue today.
What?
Because with that logic, Indy, you should be beating your wife. And with that logic,
I would never.
But what did you say?
I'm not saying all though, but see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm not saying all. What I'm saying is that within the 20th century, as women have had more rights, as women have been allowed to be able to do things that our predecessors weren't able to do. In the past, for y'all, protection and provided looked like being able to give us a home because we weren't able to own land or buy our own land. Protecting and providing meant you were able to give us money because we weren't able to have bank accounts and credit cards. Now, in the 20th century, as a woman is able, as I said before, to provide for herself because she's able to get a job, she's able to buy property, she's able to have an LLC, she's able to have a bank account, and she's able to protect herself from men because she's able to get a big ass dog and she's able to get a gun. If you can't do those things for me and I can do those things on my own, and I'm asking you that when you come home, you ask me how my day is. When you come home, I want you to love on me and I want you to let go of whatever happened to you outside and not take that out on me. And you can't do that. And I'm able to protect and provide for myself. And now you're saying, but you don't cook for me. Well, what the fuck else do you want?
ChatGPT says the reason why the data is not fair because a lot of percentage of women that do hurt and rape are not called in. Like they're not a lot of men that are beat by women, right? Because there is a lot of that as well. They're embarrassed. A lot of men, there's a lot of men. Most men that I grew up with, that I know, all say when I was 11, 12, 13, I fucked an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old, whatever. I mean, most men that I know.
And do you know why? Because the men in their life told them that, guess what? That was a good job, son. Guess what? You should be happy for that. So it was the men in your life that convinced you that you did something good. But guess what? Guess what? You know what else is a low statistic? It's a very low statistic for how many men rape other men.
You're justifying the women that sexually assault these men that are kids.
No, when you tell a woman that you had sex at 13 and your babysitter did it and she was 25, immediately she goes, "Oh my God."
Yes,
When you
that's
tell
what
your
I think
homeboy,
you
he's like, "Hell
That's
yeah,
what
that's
I
right, you
think
got that pussy." It's your fault. You did that.
It's my fault
How
that the
many
woman
men
touched
don't go and tell that they
It's
got
my
raped
fault
by
that the
another
woman
man?
touched me.
Let's go through the military and think about how many men have not stated that their commanding officers have done things
It's
to
my
them.
fault that the
Shit,
woman
the music
touched me at
industry.
11 years old.
Yeah.
All of the Backstreet Boys was getting done in by their manager.
And
Men
B2K.
perpetrate more violence toward any other human than anything else. You got men fucking donkeys and goats. I ain't never heard of a woman trying to fuck a donkey.
One minute. Wait a minute.
As an 11-year-old, that a grown woman touched me.
Oh my God. What?
That's what you just said.
She didn't say that. She never said that.
Okay, I think what she said is basically.
That's exactly what she said.
No, she did not say that. She never
I did
said
not
that.
say
What
that.
do you
You did. You said men perpetuate it. You did. You said that's your fault because men perpetuate it.
No, I said that's men's fault, that men perpetuate that if a man has sex at a young age, that it is an accomplishment, not that he was assaulted. If you talk to most men and they
It's
tell
like you
their
crack. It's like you
homeboys
cracked the babysitter.
exactly that it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Even Drake says it in his songs that he cracked his babysitter or whatever
We
else.
don't look
That
at it
it's
like
an
a sexual
accomplishment.
assault till we're older.
But if you say it to a woman automatically has empathy and sees a problem with that.
This is all bad because it's not accurate on both sides. It's not accurate on both sides.
Somebody's breaking up.
When Bootsy said in his interview that he bought his son a stripper for his birthday because he wanted his son to get a piece of pussy. You know, so
That was horrible.
It's not like which if you think about it now, like why would you do that to a child?
Why do we talk about a small marginalized? We said earlier that the blind person was talking about a small marginalized community of people and blah 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 blah. But yet it's okay for us to talk about this small marginalized community that is doing this, but not the majority of men. Right? You're talking about Boosie, a black hood guy that I don't look for influence, or I wouldn't deem my child to look as a
Role model.
We call role model.
How many stories have you heard of men thinking that their son was gay so that he went and bought him a prostitute so that he would lose his virginity? How many stories have you heard? You've never heard those stories?
No man in my life has ever bought a child a prostitute because they thought they were gay. Never.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
Never.
Okay. But you see, the other two men on the panel have raised their hand and said that this is something that they've heard, right? Just making say so it's not something I just made up. Just want to let that be known. It's not an urban legend. That's not an urban legend. It's not an urban legend that men have taken their sons to the bunny ranch to let them lose their virginity because it was taking them too long, or they thought that their sons were punks. We're not going to go there though. And that's not even the black community. That's the white community.
Punks is crazy.
We saw that in Shark. What was that? Finding Nemo when the shark wouldn't be a shark and his daddy wanted him to be a shark. You saw that in Shark Tale. Why won't you be a shark? Why won't you eat? He wanted to eat vegetables. You're supposed to be eating sardines, salmon. You want to be a flower child.
Well, they
We
told
saw
us.
that.
They told
So
us.
let's not say that you ain't never seen it, because I know you don't think Shark Tales. You saw Shark Tales.
Shit.
You don't know Finding Nemo. Ain't
Now how
Finding Nemo or
Nemo?
Shark
Now how
Tale?
Nemo
Which
get
one
in
is
it?
Which one is it? Finding Nemo or Shark Tale? Which one?
Now
You
how
saw.
Nemo get
Don't
in
see
it?
Let's not do that.
Nemo
'Cause you don't
catching
think that
strays.
Go ahead, Melita.
Okay,
Now,
so I
say
can't
y'all have not
remember
seen
the
it.
original clip. I'm sorry. What was the original clip? Because I feel like sorry.
That there's a thing of men hating women, and especially black men hating black women.
Oh yeah. Well, I already spoke on that. I told you that if there are black men hating black women, it's probably because something happened to them in their past.
Yeah.
And that I do feel that men are emotional, but they aren't allowed to show emotion from 2 years old. When you fall and scrape your knee, you're not supposed to cry. So that's something that's been instilled in black men. And unfortunately, I do feel that a lot of times black men do get the short end of the stick when it comes to certain things that have to do with emotion and everything else. So we ask for them to be emotionally mature, and quite frankly, that's really telling the man to start all over, forget everything that happened to you and everything that you were taught when you were growing up, and then I want you to turn into this person.
Prince Charming at that.
Right. So we're asking, but as women, we're taught to be dainty, and we're taught to walk around and be the princess, and everybody's supposed to open the door for you and do all of this and all of that. And then we're asking the man to be not emotional. So I mean, I think it's definitely a double standard, and it's definitely asking men to do something
They've never seen
that
done
they've
before.
never seen done before, and they're not healed enough to do it.
Melita, let me ask you a question. You said emotionally mature or intelligent. You think when a man is emotionally mature in his relationship, that causes the woman to then take accountability in her emotional matureness, which then kind of can be also a detriment to the relationship? Because I do feel like a lot of women do address a lot of emotionally immature men and expect a certain aggression, expect a certain demeanor, expect a certain thing that when they're not hit with it, and there is that's when you become sassy, that's when you become this and that, and
Yeah. So
equal play. It's like once you are what I asked you to be, I still have a problem.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because we always want the bad boy, right? We want a guy with a little bit of edge to him. But then when we get the one who's a little bit softer, and we're like, girl, and these are women that aren't healed, right? These are women when we're younger, and we're like, hey, he too soft. He's like, oh, I made reservations for you to go out on a date. Why he didn't just call me and be like, come meet me here? It's just it's a society that's just, and I'm not saying this is everyone, but today's society, I mean, you can't win, you can't lose. It's I don't know. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Can I introduce a topic?
Sure.
Did y'all see Lala Milan talking about her baby daddy this past week?
Mm-mm.
I did.
She called him feminine.
Why? What did he do?
Know. I don't know. She said that basically having a baby with him and dating him is the equivalent to her being with a stud or another female. I don't know if she was talking about how long it takes him to get ready or his attention to his aesthetics, but
that's
I'm
Brady.
gonna get the video and play it.
You got the video?
I'm about to download it to it and play
Oh,
it.
praise God. Because I've been wanting to talk to somebody about this, because when she first found that guy, she was parading him all over the internet.
She was. I mean, I know you don't care about this, but he was fine. So, I mean, I would have paraded him too.
I think his name is Tyler Barker or something. Tyler Barker, something like that.
The drummer?
No, he's a model.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know these people, Harpo.
You're talking
Lala
about
Milan. Lala Milan's
Kourtney Kardashian's husband. What's his name? The guy that's
Travis Barker.
Oh, it was a barker. Somebody was
barking out here in these streets.
Look, they all look and sound alike.
They kind of do. It's like they all pass around the same people.
No, they definitely do.
Because why is Why is Tamar Braxton with Mendices? Like, come on, man. Like, you can't find nobody
Is
else.
that real? I thought that was a publicity stuff for her music video.
But there's club photos of them hugged up in the club together.
I thought she was with the guy that's called Junior, the attorney.
Nah,
Yeah.
this is why she got her teeth stomped out.
I thought she was with the attorney.
Allegedly.
Junior?
I'm gonna play the clip now. Allegedly, guys. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Lala Milan throwing shade at her baby daddy Tyler Parker.
already dated a woman, okay? When you did, when was this? I actually, my kid is, I had my baby mama. Yes, child. It wasn't actually a woman, but the characteristics and stuff, you know, like that. You get what I'm saying? What? Ain't no listen, feminine men exist. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's one of those things to where I was like, it might not be that bad because I was already in I was already homo. Okay? So I'm just like, maybe it won't be that bad. But the only thing is I'm just not used to having a detachable and detachable thing. So that's my only thing. But it won't be the first time that I've dealt with that.
Comment chat. She's messy.
That's what stand up is, right?
Yeah. I just want to say that certain words are just triggering when you use them in certain ways, and she might not have meant it the way it came out. Because one time somebody told me I was flamboyant, and I'm not gay, and so I think it just might be the word she used.
I think that's what I was trying to bring up because I don't know if it was Kesh or y'all, somebody said something about, and there was a period of time when men were told not to have emotions. 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s, 50s. Then early 2000s, we started trying to tap into men's emotional sensitivity. And now the average man, if you have an opinion, before you get your opinion out, you call sassy or gay.
Y'all are called sassy for some of the stupidest reasons. They calling y'all sassy because you like fruit in your drink.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? My homegirl said a man who get fruit in his drink, she automatically think he says you can't be listening to what's the female word for incel?
Ooh, I don't know it.
Is there a female word for incel? Because there's obviously women that are incels, and pick me ain't the right word, but
It's the opposite of a pick me.
Yeah, it's the whatever that is. We don't, as the woman delegation, one of the members and on the council or whatever. We don't claim them hoes.
Please don't, because at this point, it's like we want men to go to therapy. You know, we want men to have fingernail hygiene. We want men to wash between their ass cheeks. We want men to pick up around the house and be emotionally sensitive to their women. And then as soon as a man says something a woman doesn't like, oh, now he's sassy. It's
You
kind of
gotta
like
be batshit crazy to complain about something, and when somebody turns into what you were trying to fix what you were complaining about, you complain about them being what you asked them. That is delusional as fuck.
She completely disrespected him.
She did. Absolutely.
she emasculated him.
Right, and
With
he gave her a
engagement,
son.
with her engagement that she
First
said,
of all, can we acknowledge that she said all that while holding that man's child?
Thank you.
Exactly.
Her African American boy.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
It's worse than calling him gay. She called him a woman. Like, it's not, at least when you're gay, you're still a boy, right? It's like, I'm still a boy. But a woman. like it felt like, she said it felt like, she felt like it was okay because she's already, I guess, bisexual and dated girls. So she felt like it will be okay because she dated girls before. Like, you literally called him and then turned around and said, like, pretty much like, am I lying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and then you sought validation from another woman in the room. You took his balls and smashed them in public.
Right.
and you're someone that has credence, like you're someone with credibility because you had a whole baby with this man. So what is the next woman supposed to think if she's interested in him? Oh, I don't want that feminine ass nigga. Like, it's not gonna go well for him. Like, I don't think it's fair.
It makes me want to know what is she, you know, describing to be feminine, right? What is she describing to be?
It doesn't matter, because just like Sunshine said, it's certain words that when you use them, it doesn't matter.
Right.
They come with their own definition. They come with their own.
If you think, are you saying that you think your man is something that he's not? Because like, is he? It shouldn't matter, right? Because mannerisms shouldn't determine what you are. But stereotypically, are you like, hey girl, like, what you doing? Like, is it that, or is it just because?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. If my woman ever in her waking life compared me to her dating a woman, it would not matter how she meant it. I'd be flabbergasted. I would be done. Like, don't compare me to no woman. Like, I'm not doing this. It doesn't matter how she meant it. It was crazy coming out of her mouth. It was crazy saying in front of his son.
Yeah.
And then then you develop hyper masculinity because you don't think that it's okay to do that, right?
Right.
So the next woman he's with, if he beats her ass, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. So he was trying to show people that he's not feminine. Okay, here we go.
And the Falcons lost the Super Bowl
again.
Oh my God.
And tonight is Monday Night Football.
Oh Lord. I'll hear about it tomorrow in the hair salon. I'll hear about it tomorrow.
I'm watching his TikTok. I'm looking through his TikTok. I mean, it don't give nothing. Well, maybe just one video, but it don't give like. I just know that the way he walked into this restaurant, I was like, oh no.
Is it the crop top or what is it?
It was the way he opened that door. It was a little zesty. No,
I just want to say this though. Sometimes we got to stop looking at Black Boy Joy as feminine.
Or zesty.
I agree with that, Sunshine. I do agree.
Like, let a black man smile. Let him show all his teeth. Let him frolic. I want to see a black man frolic. You know what I'm saying?
Amen to the frolic. Amen to a frolic.
You know what I'm saying?
Because why Keith Lee got to be gay now just because he's happy his brother came out of prison?
Like, I want to see a black man happy. You know what I'm saying? So can we please come up with a word for the women who are the opposite of incels so we can start calling them out when they're dropping they shit? Because I turn off them too. Just as fast as I turn off a man, the moment he say, why do women click? I don't listen to him. And I don't listen to the women that be like, I can't stand when men click. I don't want to listen to that either. Because the energy that you bring in is what you attract also. Amen. If you're always talking about niggas ain't shit, every man that you come across ain't shit. But if
ChatGPT said they're called femcells.
What?
ChatGPT said they're called femcells.
I like it. Femcells. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
These femcells is killing me, and I don't like it because I love black men, and I know black men love me, and so I don't fall into that stereotype. And this is coming from somebody who is literally going through a separation, right? I still feel as though black men, men in general. I'm not one of those women who are like F men. Do I say I would pick the bear? Absolutely. Because statistically, I know that in a situation like that, it's probably going to be a situation of she rubs the lotion in or she gets the hose again. But at least with the bear, he might just kill me. He's not going to throw me in the basement, But that's not femcell. That's just statistically speaking.
Oh my God, girl. Oh
hey, I got him down in the corner dying.
I like y'all. I got some new
Guys,
friends.
Hey, y'all check out my radio show, All Hustle, No Fear. I'm on Hits 92.3. I'll be back on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in the morning.
All right,
Check
Yes,
me out.
ma'am.
definitely
Yes,
tune in.
ma'am.
Well, guys, I do appreciate your perspectives today.
Are we done? Damn, I was just having a good time.
Very great show,
I
King.
got one more topic, but I don't know how that's well to me. Fuck it, let's just do it.
Go ahead, throw that shit up there. Take us through there.
I was just about to say, take us through this.
There's a stereotype that black women are more aggressive, and that can be seen.
Oh, yeah,
There's a
that's it.
stereotype that black women are more aggressive, and that can be seen as a masculine trait, and men naturally want a feminine woman. Being submissive is a trait that women
Yeah.
are naturally supposed to have.
You can't disrespect your girl and then expect them to be submissive. Like, you gotta treat them with the utmost respect. You gotta treat them like they're your wife.
Agree.
We kind of already talked about that already earlier.
Yeah, we kind of did.
Kind of,
I
yeah.
was saying. But I do agree with that. But anyway, let's go to the next.
There's a stereotype.
I was gonna say, I just want to say this culturally. Can we admit that some things are these ways because of culture? Culturally, Black women have had to be a lot more stronger and aggressive because from all sides we have been victimized, right? Whether it was being victimized, walking home and some white man decided he wanted to jump off the truck and do whatever, or hell, look at the woman who was George Washington's slave.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've literally had to, we've had to be aggressive, right? Like everybody laughs and everything, but that whole scene where the white woman told Ophelia or whatever, what was it in The Color Purple? Oh, you gonna be my maid? Bitch, who you talking to? Like we've had to be that way. We weren't raised as geishas. You know what I mean?
And it's the same thing on the other end where why women feel so aggressive, what we just said about the men. Like men are trying to dumb down their aggression. They're trying to be more emotional. And now it's coming off that, I'm wearing the pants now as the woman now. And it is culturally, it sucks because cultural puts us in predicaments that we don't always know how to navigate. And then we always have the radical sides of these predicaments that speak louder than the majority of what's really happening. So it's not that the majority, men are bad or women are bad. It's that we get grouped in the middle and our voices are not allowed as those radical people on opposite sides saying, fuck women, fuck men. You know what I mean? And then, that's what gets clickbait. That's what gets the views. That's what gets the
And this too. When they say that Black women are aggressive or Black women are more aggressive, the opposite of that is white women are infantilized. Basically, they act more as infants. They take on that baby
I was gonna have to ChatGPT that one.
Yeah. Okay. So think like Sabrina Carpenter.
The way it came out was a little crazy.
Yeah. No. My tongue was bigger than my teeth. I get it, but they definitely act more as if they are childlike and need to be saved and need to be coddled. You take Taylor Swift. That girl's like 45 and she still acts like she's like 18. Yes. Taylor Swift's like 33. She's like 36.
I'm like, what?
I'm like, well, damn, her white didn't crack, bitch.
But I mean, if you're constantly acting like an 18-year-old, your white wouldn't crack. You've never grown up. You know what I mean? You have white women who consider
Black dudes stereotypically don't want to show you their emotion.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that again. Sorry.
No. Hey, I run StreamYard. I know how it goes. But you have white women who consistently utilize that childlike innocence or whatever in their ways of being able to, navigate society. The first thing they want to do, okay, you mess with me, I'm probably going to get aggressive and be like, leave me alone. You mess with them, immediately they're going to start crying. You know what I mean? They need to be saved and rescued. Black women, we've never had anyone that can come and rescue us. The whole Willie Lynch theory of beating our men in front of us to let us know that they can't save us either, right? So when you have a group of women who can call on a savior to come and rescue them, you know what I mean? Take the whole Emmett Till. He whistled at me. And so they beat the shit out of him to save her dignity, right? Black women don't have that caveat. I can't yell help and think somebody's going to come and rescue me. No, I'm going to beat the shit out of you and make sure you leave me alone because I don't have any saviors. I haven't been taught that there's someone coming to rescue me. So I would definitely believe that Black women are more aggressive, but it's how you've created me to be. You've made me feel as though I don't have anyone who's going to come save me and help me.
Coming from a mental health perspective, I will say this, that the angry Black woman stereotype comes from undiagnosed depressive disorder in the African American community. Irritability, anger, short fuse syndrome, all of that are symptoms of undiagnosed depression. And so the stereotype of angry Black women or aggressive Black men when it comes to police interactions, all of that comes from undiagnosed mental health. It comes from cultural, generational, and nationwide trauma all coalescing into one moment every day, by the way. So that's one thing. The second thing is we need to start kind of talking about the impact that the government has had on our relationships with each other, because the government is who came into our household, incarcerated us in mass numbers as men, and then replaced us with welfare programs so that African American women don't need men and can feel confident to throw men out at any whistle of a dime, throw men out if they cheat, throw men out if they yell too loud, throw men out if they don't come home at night. Just throw men out of the door because men are worthless, useless, only here to procreate with. Other than that, who needs a nigga? And so when we talk about the worth that we have for each other, the high divorce rate, the intimate partner violence, all these things, we need to start talking about the government's influence on all of that, because these podcast warriors who are not trained therapists, they don't have a degree, they don't have any studies, they haven't written a paper in their entire lives. Many of them haven't even graduated college. They make it seem like it's just we hate each other. They're not talking about the systematized, concrete ass issues that have been pervasive for decades and have literally initiated since Willie Lynch. Like you said, since Willie Lynch, it's not a conversation between me and you. It's not a conversation between us. We can't fix this stuff from yelling at each other and blaming each other. This stuff is something we need to own as generational trauma, color trauma, racial trauma, all of the types of trauma.
At this point, DNA trauma. It's embedded in our DNA.
It's passed down, literally. Yes. You have a child, the child is already carrying the trauma. It literally passed down.
PTSD. The amount of PTSD just from watching the news.
Yeah,
I hate that's the narrative for Black women not to feel like they have a savior. I do want to say, Black women watching, Black women afar, I'll save you.
Thank you. But I like industry talking about even the colorism, because even colorism in Black women, there lies another problem, right?
Yes.
You see the light-skinned chick walking down the street, then you see the brown-skinned chick walking down the street. Where are you going to go first? Who are you going to say first, right? Because it's the colorism that you always wanted to get back to slavery. You always wanted to get at Master's wife because it looked good to you, right? It looked like you couldn't touch it, so that's what you wanted. So then you take that and you bring it to us, right? And then you're like, oh, I'm choosing her over there. I'm choosing light skin, long hair versus kinky hair, brown skin. And they're just as beautiful.
There's no coincidence that America's two biggest South African stars are Doja Cat and Tyla.
Right.
Right. The whole country of South Africa.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
No, you're right.
Because it's all.
Let's go into the last.
Or even in our TV shows, there's always a light-skinned friend and there's always a dark-skinned friend. You always got Pam and Gina. It's always one or the other.
And who could sing better?
And the light-skinned friend is always wanted.
Pam always sounded better than Gina. I don't understand.
And you know Tyler Perry
She looked better too.
And you know Tyler Perry, he is notorious for making brown to dark-skinned women suffer, struggle.
Oh, the men too. Have you noticed the dark-skinned men are always the more aggressive and meaner ones?
Ain't shit. They ain't shit.
The black men always, the dark-skinned man always the one that's about to, Christina.
Oh, so you're doing the bending. Oh, so you're doing the bending.
The light skins are always the womanizers. Have 1,000 women, in, you know what I mean? And the dark skins are always beating their wives.
Right.
So on a level of colorism, I want to just coming from a light-skinned person's perspective. First of all, let me say this. I'm putting this out here. I absolutely think dark-skinned people are beautiful as hell. As soon as the sun come out, I'm the first person trying to get darker, okay? But growing up, I had a dark-skinned mom. And my mom would tell me, I don't tell you you're beautiful often because I don't want you to grow up and be one of them light-skinned girls with a big head. I will also say this, more than one time in my life, I've had a person tell me, you're pretty cool. You've got a dark-skinned girl's personality.
Wow.
And they said it as a compliment.
Of course.
They said it as a compliment. And in that moment, the only thing you can take it as is, oh, okay, thanks, appreciate it, as a compliment. But I never got a chance. I didn't go to Jesus and ask him, could I be this color? I didn't choose this skin that I live in. You know what I mean? It wasn't, I played the lottery that day and just got a great scratch off. And so the fact that I'm automatically made to seem like my default is going to be stuck up or my default is going to be an asshole. It's just as bad as y'all feel like default, the dark-skinned girls are going to be a mammy or she's going to be real whatever. You know what I mean? Like, Black people in general get it from all sides, and it's really crazy. We get the positive and the negative. Yes, we get the stereotypes about our complexion, but at the same time, white women teach their children to go to a Black woman if you're in need.
Mm-hmm.
If you're ever lost, if something's ever wrong, find a Black woman.
Take care of you.
They'll take care of you.
I've always heard too, with my my dark skinned women friends, that people will be like, people think it's a compliment to say, "Oh, you're cute to be a dark skinned girl."
Right,
you
cute for a dark skin.
Like if the innate feature of dark women are ugly or something like that. Like
right.
That's crazy.
And regardless of color, y'all already know in college and high school, if you want to be a cool white person, who you got to be cool with?
The Black people.
The black people. And you know what sucks?
And not just the Black people, the dark-skinned Black people, because the light-skinned Black people were tokens. Those were tokens. Those were Uncle Toms. You had to be cool with the Black, dark-skinned Black folks to be really seen as you were a part of it.
Yeah. That's true.
And the urban ones, not just Black, right? Not just
right.
Black. You had to be urban.
You weren't cool with the Black Science Club. You wanted to be with the Greeks. You wanted
Yeah. You want to stop the yard out here and shit.
And that goes back to the first guy, because if he was to hear the Black Greeks or the Black kids that were in chess club, he wouldn't have felt the same way. When I first moved to Georgia, I was from San Diego. I had a Valley Girl accent. All I heard was, you sound white. You sound white.
Yeah. I heard that
my whole life. I heard that my whole
Me too.
life.
I lived on a military base. When I moved to Atlanta in high school, they were like, down to the point where they were like, white girl. They're like, are you from California? I'm like, no.
Yep.
California in my life.
All right, the last one, so we can end this real quick.
Black dudes stereotypically don't want to show you their emotion. They don't want to show you behind the curtains, right? So I go, Kevin, and I go, who's Kevin? And I see a Black dude, and immediately my brain goes, I'm gonna get some fucking tough guy. I was wrong about every Black dude that ever won. I was so totally wrong. He comes up and he starts crying. And I said, what, why, you seem emotional. And he said, yeah, I am. Thank you. And I said, well, where are you going to spend this money? He goes, next week is my daughter's 13th birthday. I think Georgia was 13 at the time. And I said, oh, congratulations. He goes, I didn't have money to throw her a party. Now I get to be the dad she thinks I am. You're so fortunate in life. Sometimes you forget your path. And then you see someone on your path at an earlier stage.
Okay, so my question is, it's a two-part question. 2, how do we feel about white people? How do we feel about white people speaking on our struggles? And then 2, let me bring him back in here. How do we feel like white people speaking on our struggles? And then 2, do we feel like his underlying message, like his underlying tone is racism? Like he originally thought the aggression in black people, you think that's racism, or do you just feel like that's just what society tells us to say? Whoever can start.
I can answer the second part of the question better than the first part. The second part of the question is it absolutely was racism, but it wasn't racism because of his skin color. It was more so racism because he didn't see him as human and have empathy for him. It wasn't until he could connect what he was feeling with something that he has felt himself, that he could identify, that he saw that man as an actual person and as a man. Prior to that, he saw him as whatever else he saw him as, because he even said it. He said, I automatically knew here's this black guy and, you know, he's about to be aggressive. And when he came at me with actual emotion, when he came at me with feeling, and he gave me that reason behind it, and it was something that I could feel and I could assimilate to, now he became a human, and now it became the whole issue of now it wasn't about his color anymore. It was about being a father and the struggles of this, that, and the third. Then he became humanized. Because of that, yes, it was rooted in racism. Prior to that, y'all got it. But that underlining for me, he never saw that black man or the other black men that he came in contact with as on his level in a humane way. He did not until he had empathy for their struggle, for his struggle, where he could see it, did he see him as a human. So yeah, that's racism.
Anybody want to go next?
You're not gonna like what I have to say, so I'll go last.
No, you go.
You want me to go?
Popular opinion? Yeah, you go.
I'm the opinion of an angry black man. So
Okay, yeah, you go.
this is something that white people do all the time, and it really grinds my gears like to the utmost. You tell this seemingly emotionally charged story about the time you finally realized black people were human beings, and we're supposed to applaud you, we're supposed to lift you up, exalt you, and praise you for finally realizing we bleed red and we eat the same shit you eat. You don't get cookies for realizing that I'm a human being. Just like I don't get cookies for kicking a dog, and when the dog starts whimpering, I'm like, oh wow, dogs have feelings? Oh wow, dogs feel pain? Like I'm instantly pissed off watching that clip. That is the kind of white person I don't want to. I pray that white person never finds me in this world. I pray hard on every god from Nigeria. I pray I never meet somebody like that. And to have such limited insight as to think that by telling this story, I would look at you favorably. You are so stupid. You are so fucking stupid. You cannot exist in the same room as me. You cannot breathe the same air. We cannot be breathing the same air. We cannot be on the same earth because are you fucking insane? Are you crazy? Please remove me from the group chat immediately. I am done.
His ancestors entered the chat.
I am done.
Hilarious.
Oh man.
Oh God.
Go ahead.
I mean, I agree. I agree. I think that white people do come along and say, "Oh, I found this out about black people, and now I'm with the black people because I see that they're human beings too." And they just it's a constant battle that we have, you know, dealing with white people. And it happens more times than not. And I think that we look over it and skip over it so many times because we're so used to it that
It's normalized, yeah.
it's normalized. It's normalized. When he said that, honestly, initially, until you guys really brought it up, I was like, oh, okay, oh well, yeah, that's right, because you're so used to hearing those things. Like, oh, I didn't know you were gonna be like that, or I didn't know you were gonna do this. But yeah, I mean, Black people have feelings. Black people are intelligent. Black people go to school. Black people are, you know what? And it's almost like we almost do it to ourselves too. Because if Sunshine, if you came on and you said, "I'm the judge of Fulton County. I'm a Fulton County judge," we're like, "Oh wow, great." But if a white man came on here and said that, we're like, "Oh, okay." You know what I mean? So we do
It's
it to ourselves
expected,
as
yeah.
well. We expect it. So I think that it's just like you said, it's normalized because we're just used to it, and that's not okay.
But if I said I worked at Club Cheetah,
I'd be like, "Yeah, girl,
That would be that. Yeah,
I can see you."
I can't dance for shit.
Me neither.
Keith, did you hear the video, Keith?
I didn't hear it, but from what everybody is saying, I can see that. I can see that. And that's one thing that we all experience it with white people and our counterparts. I've seen it even with hair when white people like with my locks, they're like, "Oh, most people that I see with locks, they look just so this and they're so this. Your locks doesn't look like that." And can I touch your hair? And I'm like, no. We see, it happens in times like that. I've seen that happen as well. And one thing that I don't like is that when a white person
pick up your phone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better.
Oh, it's better. Okay. My thing is when when white people, they do it as almost like they have been saved, like it's a savior thing now. Why does my phone sound like it's echoing?
It is. It doesn't sound like it is. It is.
It is.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Well, y'all get what I'm saying. I don't like that. I can't talk right now. I don't like that.
Cash, can I ask you a question because you have locks?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, let me ask you this question. Have you ever had a white person come to you and say, "You too, King"? I'm sorry, you too, King. Have you ever had a white person come to you and try to tell you how beautiful your locks are and how much they love your locks? Okay. Let me tell you guys what my rebuttal is to them, and you can most definitely take it if you would like it. But every time they say that, the first thing out my mouth is, "But you would not hire me with my hair like this."
No, ma'am.
You would ask me, "Can I change it? Can I change the color?" Because usually my hair is like a purple or some kind of vibrant color. And that's really when they tell me they love my hair. You would ask me to change it to work wherever you work. Even if you worked at Hot Topic, you would ask me, "Can I change my hair?" So don't tell me how much you like it when you don't actually like it.
I
do agree with that in a wide scale. I just never experienced that, so I can't really speak on that.
I've experienced
I do agree with that. I've seen it done. Just because it hasn't happened to me, don't mean I've definitely seen it and witnessed it, in person, but just not with me. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question. Before I say my side, do you think that it was ignorant, or do you feel like it was hatred as far as his rooted racism?
I think it was ignorance.
It's ignorance.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was cultural.
Okay, explain.
Ignorance is not knowing.
Right.
Cultural, it has been this is just your like
Right.
this is just you, right? Because even his friend was like, "Oh wow, yeah," because he understood where he came from, because it never dawned on, you know what I'm saying? It's like, "Oh wow, that I never thought that," you know what I mean? It's almost like different situations where women say to men, "I can't believe you just invited that girl over to your house and you didn't know her." And he's like, "Oh, well, I mean, I didn't expect anything to happen." But for a girl, it's like, we can't just invite a guy over to our house. We look at things differently because of how we're raised in the situations. He wasn't taught. It's not part of his daily whatever to see people in black people in that aspect. It wasn't an ignorance thing. It was just life for him.
Ignorance, culture, or I guess we'll add cultural, or hatred. His rooted racism.
I don't think it was hatred.
I want to see what Indy. He might.
I'm sorry.
You asking me?
Yeah.
I think that when you are a child between the ages of 0 and 6, your parents can pass off all kinds of emotions to you that you are not aware of. Hatred for another human being based on their skin tone can be one of them. Because there is no reason why he sees a black person automatically thinks they're going to be aggressive. That is something that was given to you before you even knew what a black person was. And now you are doing, go ahead.
So I wasn't taught to hate black people. But as I run an endoscopy center, I'm a nurse manager at an endoscopy center. And when my front desk people come and get me, and this is a little off subject, but it's on subject. And they say, "This person is having a problem. Can you please come speak to them?" When I walk up there and I see an African American female, my first thought process is, this is going to be a problem. Because the aggressive.
You trying to get canceled, or
no? I'm popular opinion. I'm popular opinion.
What she experiences.
This is my experience. Experience, and I work in Stockbridge, right? So unpopular opinion is that a majority of black women that have issues when they come up to have these, we do procedures, we do colonoscopies and upper endoscopies. Make sure you get yours done if you're 45 years old. Black men and women are #1 for colon cancer. Okay, they automatically treat me a different way than if my charge nurse, who is under me, is my assistant, walks up to them and speaks to them. They're softer with her than they are with me. So I get the same thought process. Like, I'm traumatized from walking up and speaking to a black woman. You know, and I'm telling you my experience. I'm telling you my experience because automatically the attitude hits. You know what I mean? And I have to explain to them, look, I'm on your side, and I have to do this almost every time. And when someone does another black woman comes at me soft, I'm almost amazed. King, I tell King all the time, I'll go to the restaurant. I'm the girl that's gonna go in and speak, hi. This is me all the time. I see you multiple times. Sunshine, you seem like you're that girl too, right? What do you get in return?
You never know.
Exactly.
You never know.
So
you never know what you're gonna get.
I'm not saying that he's absolutely right for that, but I can tell you that a lot of times, even with me, you know, I just feel like we do come off more aggressive. How many times if a man comes up to me and he starts telling me this story, whatever the story was that he said or whatever happened in that segment, you may automatically not think that the man's going to say, "I'm so happy you did this for me. I appreciate that." And I'm not saying that men aren't in this situation. It's just that, once again, they're protecting their emotions. So this guy showed his emotions, right? The next guy could have had the same issue going on, and instead of that, he's like, yeah, man, I got this money. Behind closed doors, he's like, oh my gosh, I can go take care of my baby now, right? And it's just what we show outwardly to protect ourselves. It's our shell. And
I'm gonna bring sex into it
okay.
because I'm an emergency room psychiatrist. So I'm a medical physician and I work in the emergency room. And what I will tell you is the nicest patients to me are Black women.
Because you're a man. Because you're a Black man.
Like I said, I'm going to bring sex into it. Yeah.
Authoritative figure.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. So and she's an authoritative figure too, Melita. You know, so.
Not in that situation. In that situation, to the Black woman, she's a secretary.
I'm a secretary. But guess what, Sunshine? To the Black man, to the white man, I'm an authoritative person. That's the crazy part. That's the flip side.
I can see that. Yes.
I can see that.
That is
I can
the
see
flip
that.
side to that. So
Because the person at the desk summoned you from the back, so they knew that you were the person in charge. I can see that. I can see that.
The white man is always going to treat, and if he speaks to me wrong, guess what the white man is going to do before he walks out the door?
Apologize.
Thank you.
He's going to come back and apologize.
Because I understand people are hurting, people are hungry, people have gone through so much, and I understand the process of everything that we do. So I do control myself, I do contain myself, but the white man is always going to come back and apologize. I don't care if they go home and drive back up there, they're going to apologize to me.
And they call them cucks.
They call them cooks?
Cuckolds, yeah.
Do I think it's cups?
Oh.
Do I think why I say it's a little bit of ignorance is because I don't know the context of where he lives or where he's from to even know if he grew up with Black people or not or whatever case it be. And what I will say is the media aspect of things doesn't portray us in the best light.
Can we talk about that real quick? Because I want to be clear. In the late 90s, early 2000s, it was us that did that to us with World Star Hip Hop, posting fights, Smack TV.
Ratchet, and then when people look at our part of
and even today, Zeus Network, now that's TV. We still doing it. But we sit around blaming white folks for portraying us like we're evil, fighting, drugs, sex, but we're doing it.
And that's what I'm saying. And we expect everyone else to look at us like, no, don't look at that side. Don't judge us based off of that. No, I'm not aggressive, even though all you see on TV is me fighting. And even on Real Housewives, right? It's not them fist fight, but they're arguing with each other, right? Who got the biggest fucking house and who got the biggest porch and who renovated first or not, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
But they do that in the Real Housewives in New Jersey too, but they don't be showing them like that.
They don't. And Natalie Nunn was just on Cam Newton's show.
Yeah, I watched it.
She spoke for 2 hours. And one of the things she said is the episodes where we're giving back to charity and doing nice things are the lowest rated episodes.
And that's the truth. That's the thing. We do ourselves. And I feel like before we make anybody else take accountability, we have to take accountability. So if that's the case, if we're perpetuating this narrative about ourselves, how can we be mad that other races that are not involved and only see this narrative have the perception that they had?
We can't.
You know, the guy in the beginning, well, every time I see a Black person, I hear a Black person say,
I was going to say, he ain't see nothing.
That's why I say here. Every time I hear derogatory stuff, you know, can we really be, is there some truth to it? So it begs the difference to say it's the deliverer, it's the deliverer and not so much of the message that they're delivering.
Well, somebody been delivered.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Because that nigga is crazy. But let me ask you a question. What are we supposed to do? We can't just sit around and just do positive programming all goddamn day, every day. Because
we gotta come together and really congregate. And what that looks like is really, you know, coming together and spending our Black money in one place, is letting them know, like that whole Target thing that happened and stuff like that, and the blackout. If that wasn't a day thing, if that was really unity of us really coming together and really showing America how powerful we are, stuff like that could change. We have to change our perspective, our mindsets first. So no, it's not. This is not going to change the world, but this starts to change, right? Because if we can change at least one perspective of how to look at life, then that can do the snowball effect to it. But if we're walking around, just why I got into politics, realizing that my community was complaining the loudest, but wasn't doing nothing. They weren't at the polls. We're only at the polls with mayors, presidents, senators, but we're not at the polls at the local levels to where we can really make the change, right? Because at the local levels, these people are not tainted yet. At the local levels, these people really care about the community.
Yeah, they are.
They tainted, but they ain't got no power for real.
Right.
No, but they do collectively. For these higher people to make the rules that they make, it takes the lower elected officials to vote for that. It takes the lower electeds to say yay or nay. And if all the lower officials are all Republicans, of course they're going to get their route. Of course, if we're not out here voting, if we're not out here changing, but just complaining, there is going to be no change. There is no accountability with us. All we do is say, oh, I'm mad at my struggle, get mad at you for pointing out my struggle, and then the next day happens again.
Well, I have two things. I have one thing, and I know we got to go. With the Target situation, can somebody tell me when we stop spending our money at Target, where do we start spending our money?
Amazon.
Okay, so we just shifted. Number two, I feel like
she's not wrong.
I'm gonna be. You call me what you want to call me. Target is walking distance for me. Okay, so I don't know where else to go. I don't know where else to go. I gotta go.
If I can't go to Bella No Chase, then where can
I go?
Yo, that video lives in my brain. Yo, that video lives
rent free, nigga.
Right. I was just trying to figure out where everybody else was shopping because I see a whole bunch of Amazon deliveries.
No, you know what? I'm 100% with you with that one because me and my bestie, we laugh at each other over that. I'd be like, "You just got food delivered?" She'd be like, "Where?" She got it from Target, but where she's at, that I don't want to say it's a food desert, but for her, that's all she has to choose from. You know what I mean? So it's
Target, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to say something when you have a lot of different options, right? But as a collective and as a whole, we definitely did our big one. Like, and I say, let's keep it going. Every time somebody pop off and say something crazy, knock they stock down.
Imagine the effect it would have had except the one day.
Well, we did it longer, but so with the
Yeah, you're hilarious.
I'm still boycotting Target.
Huh?
I'm still boycotting Target.
Me too, and I want us to boycott Walmart too because all the videos of Walmart is us looking crazy.
I've only been to Walmart, I think maybe 3 times in 2025. And that was only because I just moved. And so some of the stuff I had to go to Walmart, I had to. But other than that, I've done pretty good at knocking Walmart out.
I ain't shopped at Walmart in 12 years.
But this is the other thing. These other places can't make it difficult. You got all these. Yeah, you got all these not wanting to give out bags.
All these are not going to do that.
I go to Chick-fil-A. They closed on Sunday. They don't even like gay people. I go to
I can't. And then they chicken tastes like elbow meat. I can't do it.
Oh, not
That's a good elbow. I love Chick-fil-A. I heard they got human meat in it too now. I don't know. I did hear that.
Not the Lord's restaurant.
Sir, your facial expressions down in the corner, you just got me dying.
All right, guys. It's 2 hours and 3 minutes. It wasn't supposed to go on this long.
Because
I'm hearing this shit for the first time. Like, what? Elbow meat, human product. What the fuck?
So guys, thank you for watching. If y'all did not already click the link to go and be at my birthday event, the Royal Couch Experience, it's January 26th, please make sure you click the link and be there. It is going to be an experience. It's my 4th annual one. I'm going to do
What's your birthday? It's a birthday party?
It's my birthday, yeah, and an event, yeah.
Okay.
I give gifts for my birthday.
Oh.
But yeah, thank you guys for coming up here. This was great. I love opinionated people. This is how we make the world go round. This is the aspect of America I love, that we can all have our own opinion and still, be able to congregate and be happy with each other. So thank you guys. If y'all want to plug in anything, y'all can, but my plugin's on the bottom right here. Yeah, I know Sunshine got a radio show, so.
All Hustle No Fear on Hits 92.3. You can find me on all social media platforms at All Hustle No Fear.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna be downloading Hustle No Fear.
Melita be at ATL, so that's okay.
Let's see when I don't.
Yes, and you can follow me on social media. You can follow. Am I still echoing?
No.
Oh, thank
Of
God.
course, at the end of the show.
Right. You can follow me on social media. I have a podcast called The Ladies Room Podcast. You also can follow my hair page and my personal page. It's called The City Cinderella. Yeah, and you'll see me in these streets out here podcasting and doing hair.
Yeah.
You're a JT fan, the City Cinderella.
The City Cinderella.
You can find me everywhere at Industry Standard, aka Indy. And I also do a podcast with one of my friends. She's a lawyer. It's called The Father's Advocate, where we do all things promoting Black men fatherhood. And you can find me on all platforms. Thanks. I appreciate being here.
A dope artist. It's something that it's not the normal programming that we hear all the time. It's refreshing. It's really, I'm telling you, it's really, really good music. So make sure y'all go and check it out.
Oh yeah, I do Afro beats and I do R&B. So
He's really
yeah, cool.
I'm gonna do my intro and we can disperse from there. Thank you guys again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to the DRC experience.
Lights on the walls, art breathe fashion, royal conversations, real life passion, black tie drip but the soul stay raw. Every story got a crown, every voice got a cause. From the couch to the culture, we elevate. Legacy in the room, yeah, we celebrate.
DRC's experience, DRC's experience.
Feel the difference.
Experience, DRC's experience, DRC's experience.
Say it again. Gallery lights, silk and leather, paint on skin, we change the weather. Champagne talks, visions loud, every dream walking through the crowd.
DRC's experience.
Yeah.
DRC's experience.
And that's the show, guys. Peace.
Bye.
All right, see y'all later.
See ya.